Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here on a Tuesday night for the Crooked Line Tour Modified Series presented to us by Nexev Media. A little late start tonight, and I do apologize for that. However, we're ready to get things rocking and rolling here. About a minute and a half left in practice. Got Jeremy Root top of the board, 17.06 for the 0-1 of Jeremy Root. We're going to be doing 125 laps tonight here at Irwindale Outer is what we're calling it, because there's actually a race later on in the season that we're going to be running the Irwindale Inner, so keep an eye out for that. All right, everybody, that being said, it's time to head down trackside and get ready for this one. Get ready for pre-race ceremonies. If you could, please rise and remove your hats for tonight's National Anthem. All right, and thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a great rendition of our national anthem. Everybody, please go check out Mullet Music Productions on YouTube. Right now, Anthony Rennick, top of the board, 17.36. He's on his second lap right now, going into turns 3 and 4. Looks like tonight, around Irwindale Outer, it is going to be a outer groove racetrack up near the outside retaining wall. Guys are going to be going down to the apron to try and make some passes here tonight, but you're going to be seeing the majority of the field up next to the outside wall. Brian Zimmerman out on his second lap right now, currently 6th on the board with a 17.30. Just dropping back right now. Let's see what he can do here on his second lap and see if he can improve. Down to 10th. Jumps up to second at 17.21 for the number 28 of Brian Zimmerman. Gets bumped down immediately to third. Christian Pittman goes 17.19. Derek Stanley and number 18 out on track, coming to take the green flag for his qualifying run. Stanley's going to get loose coming out of turn number 2. Jason Korn's out on track. Not many drivers left to go here in qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes left to go on the clock. Getting ready to go for 125 laps around the Irwindale Outer. Basically, Irwindale Speedway in general. Whoop. That's the iRacing UI. Scott Bryant in the 83s out on track right now. Second lap, goes 16th quickest. All right, that's going to round out qualifying. Oh, man, it always does that to me. Starting on the pole tonight is going to be Jeremy Root, and to his outside is going to be Daniel Sweatin at number 87. Christian Pittman's going to be rolling off third with Brian Zimmerman starting in fourth. Anthony Rennick's going to be rolling off P5 with Alex Harris starting in sixth. Mark Stewart going to be starting in seventh with Kyle O'Danick rolling off eighth. Jason Korn going to be rolling off in ninth position, and to his outside teammate Scott Smith in the 53. Larry Bell is going to be starting in 11th with Caleb B. Thompson starting in 12th. Tanner Marr is going to be starting in 13th with Derek Stanley to his outside in 14th. Trevor Catalano is going to be starting in 15th, and Scott Bryant to his outside in 16th. Frank Barbary rolling off in 17th. Kyle the Wildman Wellman in 18th. Zach Murphy in 19th. Mitchell Muma going to be starting in 20th with Chris Sawyer in 21st. Keith McGillivray going to be starting 22nd. Timmy Catalano going to be starting in 23rd with Brian Treadwell starting in 24th. Chris Clark's going to be starting in 25th, and rounding out your field tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the number 79 of Jeffrey Miller. '26 Tour Modifieds here at Irwindale Speedway, getting ready to go 125 laps. Let's get it on. Drivers getting the 1-to-go signal from the flagman. Going to go green this time by Jeremy Root, Daniel Sweat on the front row. Anthony Rennick, Brian Zimmerman, row 2. Alex Harris and Mark Stewart, row 3. Pace car pulls down onto the infield. Field rounds out of turn number 4. Green flag is out and we're racing. Down into 1 and 2. It looks like Root's going to go to the bottom side of the racetrack, but Daniel Sweat's going to try and maintain his momentum there. Up on the top side by side for the race lead coming out of turn number 2. You see the 0-1 of Root already using the bottom of the racetrack. We're going to be under caution already here tonight. Number 23 is going to go around. Looks like a bunch of drivers might have gotten a piece of it, but it looked like Anthony Rennick might have gotten loose here coming out of the corner. Looks like he might have drifted up. Him and Zimmy might have made a little bit of contact, and then a bunch of guys coming in late on that one. Let's take another look at it. Yeah, right there, they make a little bit of contact. I think that just got the 23 out of shape, and he goes around. Under caution for the first time this evening, Jeremy Root. Still in the lead, Daniel Sweat in second. Going to be a single file restart, I believe, this go around. Don't see any drivers electing to come down pit road just yet. So no strategy being played this early. Everybody's going to keep it out on the racetrack. Just save fuel right here. Just waiting for the lights to go off on the pace car, and they do this time. So we're going to be going back green flag racing this go around. Jeremy Root's going to fire him off this time. It is going to be a single file restart. Pace car pulls out of the infield. Root keeps him up to the outside wall, fires him off. We're back underway here. Lap 6, about to be lap 7 of 125. And Root got a really good jump there on Sweat, but Sweat's going to be able to run the top groove here and maybe keep his momentum up, maybe get a run here down the back straightaway. Everybody is single filed out. Wellman making a move around Derek Stanley there, going into 3 and 4. Tanner Mars right in front of him, running in 11th. Fastest lap of the race thus far, 17.27 by that number 74 machine of Alex Harris down the back straightaway. We got one on the bottom down there. That looks like it's a 55 of Keith McGillivray. Lets the field go by. Mark Stewart trying to take a peek to the outside of Alex Harris. He had a good run there going into 1 and 2. Root running the bottom side of the racetrack here. He's the only one who's doing it right now. Is everybody else, unless they're passing somebody, they're running up against that outside wall. Fastest lap of the race, that time by 17.24 for the 0-1 of Jeremy Root. So he is setting the pace out here in the lead. Starting to pull away here from Daniel Sweat. It's almost out to about a second. These guys still are running the top side. Neither Sweat or Zimmerman have migrated down to the bottom after seeing Root go down there to try and gain some time. Zimmy moves down about a lane lower, but not as low as Jeremy Root, as Root sets another fastest lap of the race right there, 17.20. Kyle O'Danick, that number 21, a heavy hitter in this series, sitting back there running in fourth, already up 4 positions since the start of this race. Right behind him, hanging out inside the top 5, is the number 39 of Jason Korn, also has moved up 4 spots since the drop of the green flag. On lap 14 of 125 here, Jeremy Root continues to lead the way. He's led every single lap thus far, has his full second gap over second place Daniel Sweat. Go back, take a look. You got Mark Stewart taking a look to the inside of Alex Harris here. Stays up to the top side of the racetrack. Gets up into the wall a little bit there going into 1 and 2. Scott Smith back here in 8th. He's got Caleb Thompson right behind him in 9th. And Larry Bell right behind him rounds out the top 10. And Tanner Marr sitting just outside the top 10 in 11th. Almost contact there between the number 21 and the number 28 as they went into turns 1 and 2. O'Danick had a good run as he went down to the bottom side of the racetrack trying to make the pass on Brian Zimmerman. He's going to take another peek right here. Almost contact again. This is some tight racing right here for third. This battle for third is allowing Jason Korn to start gaining some time on these guys. They keep it up. Korn's going to be able to throw his hat in the ring here and try and take over these positions. We're on lap 20 of 125. Still a long way to go in this one. Fastest lap of the race last time by was Scott Smith, a 17.20, and that number 53, he's got something figured out. Sitting back there in 8th, trying to get around that number 8 of Mark Stewart. Caleb Thompson actually had a pretty good run on the 53 there coming out of turn number 4. Didn't do nothing with it. He's going to pull back in line and try and get another run here. Let's go back up to the front of the field where Jeremy Root still continues to pull away. As I say that, taking a look at timing and scoring the last couple of laps, it looks like Sweat has figured something out up on that top groove. Maybe Root's tires are starting to hurt from running that bottom groove. He's really having to turn that wheel to keep it on the bottom side of the racetrack. This Root is actually starting to close the gap just a little bit. He's a little bit quicker each time. There's the gap right there from first to second. We still got a battle going on for third. O'Danick still trying to work his way around that number 28 of Brian Zimmerman right here in 1 and 2. But Zimmy just maintains that speed up on the top groove and just, as I say that, it gets into the wall right there. O'Danick has a shot now, puts it down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Tries to slide up in front of the 28, but Zimmy still holds it there. Jason Korn still back there in 5th. Right behind him is Alex Harris. So now Korn has a good run here. Well, he did. He must have got a little loose there coming out of turn 4. He had a good run on the number 21. Then he lost his momentum. 21 still trying to fight hard on that inside lane. Side by side coming out of turn number 4, cross line, lap 29 of 125. I tell you what, these two have been side by side here for the last, like, I'd say 10 or so laps. O'Danek's starting to gain a little bit of an advantage. I'm not sure if Zimmy's tires are going to hold up, trying to keep that position up on that top groove. Got a little smoke down the back straightaway. We got one down on the inside groove. That is going to bring out the caution. So let's go back and see what happened. Looks like Treadwell got into the outside wall. Comes down, gets into the inside wall. And then when he brings it back up on the racetrack, race control through it. Was not up to speed yet. That'll put us under our second caution of the evening. Waiting to see if anybody brings it down pit side this time. Not sure if they're going to be able to make it the full distance on fuel tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So we do have some takers on pit road. Brian Zimmerman, Alex Harris, Mark Stewart, Larry Bell, Tanner Marr. All these guys coming down pit road. A few probably getting some damage worked on. But Jeremy Root, Daniel Sweat, Kylo Danick, Jason Korn, Scott Smith, they all stay out on track. Same with Caleb Thompson, Kyle Wellman, Zach Murphy. All them guys stay out on track. Jeffrey Miller, Chris Clark. First person who came down pit road was Brian Zimmerman in the number 28 there on lap 33. Pace car is going to pull down pit road. Getting ready to go back under the green flag here. Jeremy Root, Daniel Sweat going to lead them down. And the green flag back out in the air here. Lap 37 of 125. Jeremy Root got a good launch there going down into turns 1 and 2. Kyle O'Danick trying to take advantage of this restart, going to the inside of Daniel Sweat there, down the back straightaway and into 3 and 4. Jason Korn trying to hold on to 4th as Scott Smith, his teammate, looks to the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to bring Zach Murphy along with him. Man, the whole TNA crew coming out tonight. What's going on, guys? Jeremy Root starting to pull away right now as these two battle for third. That's Daniel Sweat and Kyle O'Danick. O'Danick working the bottom side of the racetrack. Sweat keeps his Tour Modified up on the top groove. Oh, straightaway's coming out of the corner. He's going to slide back up in front of Korn. Korn had a lot of momentum right there. I think Korn really gave him a break here. Lap 40 of 125. Caution flag out on the speedway. I was looking over at the chat. Ooh, let's see. Let's maybe start somewhere around here. Ooh, Kyle Wildman goes into the corner and just gets into the left rear. Zach Murphy, it looks like. Take another look at it here. Down into the corner. Right there's the contact. Oh, and impressive kickflip by Zach Murphy. I will point that out. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? The Wild Man, yeah, the Wild Man bringing it down pit road. So I'm taking a look at timing and scoring here, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Christian Pittman brought his number 14 down pit side on lap 42. Same with Chris Sawyer in the number 51. Everybody else keeps it out on the racetrack. Remember, Brian Zimmerman came down there on lap number 33. And I think Zimmy's got some fresh right side tires on that Tour Modified. Uh-oh. Wellman's getting a new nickname out in chat. All right, everybody, we're going to re-rack them, restack them, fire them off one more time here tonight at Irwindale. Jeremy Root, Daniel Sweat, row 1, Kyle O'Danick, Jason Korn, row 2. Root fires them off, and we're back underway. Great launch for that number 01. O'Danick side by side there with Sweat going down into 1 and 2. Side by side back here, teammates. That's for 4th. Scott Smith tried to go down to the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to run lower, but Root, man, he's got that bottom side working, and he's keeping it down there. He's running the top in 1 and 2, and then in 3 and 4, he goes all the way down to the apron. Side by side back here for 2nd. And now you see Scott Smith going to the bottom. Kyle O'Danick is trying really hard to get this 2nd position. He's trying to bounce back. Had kind of rough start to the season. And Jason Korn, though, he's actually having a really good run here tonight. Up inside the top 5. They're running 4th, being quiet, being consistent. But Brian Zimmerman is starting to lurk back there right behind him, starting to catch up to these guys. New nickname alert. Yeah, Corey, new nickname alert. Thanks for being on top of that. They're still side by side for 2nd. Korn's starting to catch up to him here. Lap 51 of 125. Laps are starting to wind down here at Irwindale. This is race number 3 for the Crooked Line Tour Modifieds, presented to us by Nexev Media. Everybody go check out thenexev.com. Now Sweat changes his lineup in 3 and 4. Goes to the bottom. He was leaving tire marks right there coming out of 4. Lost a lot of momentum. Now, with something that I've been seeing with that number 01, he has been running the bottom as he goes right here. Back to the bottom in 3 and 4. Now, watch when he goes into 1 and 2. He's going to run the high side. But then when he goes into 3 and 4 this time around, I'm pretty sure he's going to run the high side. So my guess is that this time around in 3 and 4, he'll run the bottom. I want to keep an eye on him, see if my theory's right. Back to the top in 1 and 2. Okay, so he stays high. Maybe it's for 2 laps. I thought it was for 1 lap. It seemed 1 lap. Seemed like he was alternating laps, running the bottom there in 3 and 4. So he put it back up to the top. Let's see what he does here. Now he keeps it up to the top side of the racetrack. So maybe the groove changing up a little bit out there. There's a little bit more rubber up on the top part of the racetrack. That's where everybody's been. So we got back here. We got Tanner Marr to the inside of Larry Bell. It's a battle for your 9th position. Bell's going to have the momentum here going down the back straightaway. Looks like Stanley got into the wall a little bit right there going into 3 and 4. Just a little scrape of the tire. Caution flag out on the speedway. Well, let's go back and see what happened here. Scott Smith comes up off the bottom of the racetrack right there. Everything good so far. I think it was back here, actually. Trevor Catalano got into the wall a little bit. Oh, yeah, there we go. Mark Stewart, looks like he got loose right there going into 3 and 4. Got the outside wall, came down across. I'm not sure what car that was, but came down across their nose. They didn't touch, but he just kind of lost it right there. So that's going to put us under caution one more time here tonight. Lap 60 and 125. We're going to take our first commercial break of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's almost the deadline to turn in this ad, and I still don't know what to do. I better think fast, because this ad is very last minute. What's not last minute, though, is the months of pre-planned content from Nexev Media. But how does that even convey to everyone that means daily video content, which leads to people joining in our active Discord community? Not to mention our stream team that goes live daily with our multiple members. You gotta put something relatable in the ad too. Like your dog. People like dogs. People should visit thenexev.com if they like dogs. With so much plans, I don't even know how to describe it to people. What would I even do for an ad?
I got it! Put the power of Southern Shores Realty to work for you. With over 30 professionals in sales and rental management, Southern Shores Realty and I will get the job done right. I'm Rick Thompson, your Outer Banks real estate expert.
Call 261-2000.
Iracing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaw.
Back live here on True Sim Productions, getting ready to go back under the green flag. We got Jeremy Root and Daniel Sweat still on the front row for this restart. Brian Zimmerman now and Scott Smith on the second row. We're going to fire him off coming out of turn number 4. Green flag back out in the air. Root with another good launch. Down into 1 and 2. Goes to the middle side of the racetrack here. Brian Zimmerman looking to the inside of Sweat. Scott Smith had to check up a little bit there. That made Derek Stanley check up just a little bit as well as we go back down into 3 and 4. Zimmerman down to the bottom side of the racetrack, but Scott Smith gonna have the momentum on the high side. Larry Bell with problems gonna go down to the inside retaining wall. No caution yet. Caution out on the speedway. So we kind of saw it happen live right there. Let's see. I believe that's Catalano on the bottom side there. Oh, him and Pittman actually make contact. Oh. So Bell had control of the race car. I mean, right there he hits the wall. He has control of it right here, but Pittman just hits him and turns him around. But we kind of caught it firsthand right there. Yes, Chris, that is Stephen T. Johnson. So we got a few drivers maybe coming down pit side here. Showing that Root might have been coming down pit road. Daniel Sweat and Scott Smith both bring it down pit side. And Root's going to keep it out on the racetrack here. So Root has still yet to pit. So a lot of different strategies being played here. Remember, Brian Zimmerman, Derek Stanley, Alex Harris, Tanner Marr, all those guys came down on lap 33. Root stays out. He is yet to bring it down pit side. We're on lap 69 of 125. All right, going to double file them back up. This time, Jeremy Root, Brian Zimmerman on the front row. And you got Alex Harris and Derek Stanley back there in the second. Tanner Marr and Trevor Catalano, who both are up some pretty big spots here. Trevor Catalano up 10 so far. Tanner Marr up 7. Back there in row 3. Green flag back out in the air here. Lap 71 of 125. We're going to be side by side back here for second as we go back down into turns 1 and 2. Brian Zimmerman maintains the momentum on the top side. Derek Stanley trying to hold on to that third spot. Goes down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Catalano, another driver all the way down, but Tanner Marr tries to go back up to the top groove, gets to the outside of that number 54 going into 1 and 2. Almost 3 wide as we came off of turn 2 right there, it looked like. As Catalano goes back down to the apron, basically, of the racetrack. Oh, Harris gets a little loose. Tanner Marr going to give him a little tap. 54 gets loose. Is that going to be a caution? It is. And we saw that one kind of happen live there, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think it gave him any incidents. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get a replay on that one. Maybe. Let's go see. There it is. He just gets loose coming out of the corner. Basically comes to a stop. Does a good job saving that car, though. We're going to take another quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Shut up and sit down.
We're back live here on True Sim Productions. Lights are off on the pace car. Jeremy Root actually came down to the pits under that last caution. So now Zimmerman out to the lead with Derek Stanley to his outside. We're back to green. Brian Zimmerman trying to hold the momentum up there on the top side. Got Alex Harris there working his way on the bottom with Kyle Wellman right behind him. Wellman to the inside of Tanner Mart. Battle for fourth. So Tanner Marr now moves his way up into third, all over the back bumper of Stanley. Gets loose coming out of turn number 2, going to lose some momentum. He's got the number 14 of Pittman all over his back bumper with Harris looking to the inside. Everybody trying to move up to that outside groove. They know it's the fastest way around. Wildman gets up into the outside wall a little bit, going to lose some momentum right there in 1 and 2. Kyle O'Danick trying to make his way back up through the field after taking tires there on lap 60. We got Daniel Sweat also trying to make his way back up to the field here. He's now up to 9th. He last pit on lap 67. So we're going to have another caution out on the speedway. What we got here? Problems for Chris Sawyer, it looks like. Oh, looks like he just got loose coming off the corner, and Jeremy Root got involved with that one. Chris Sawyer got hit after the fact as well. Take another look at it. That there, yeah, you're not wrong. Another caution. Brian Zimmerman still leads. We're on lap 86 of 125. Starting to wind down here tonight at Irwindale. Believe we just got the 2 to green right there, everybody, so we should be getting the 1 to go this time around. Get these guys back under green flag racing. There you go. We got the pace car lights off. Brian Zimmerman, Derek Stanley gonna lead them down to this restart. Green flag back out in the air. Good launch for the number 28. Tanner Marr also got a good launch. He's going to be able to slide up in front of the number 18 of Derek Stanley going into turns 1 and 2. Side by side back here for third. That's Wellman to the inside of Stanley. And they're racing real tight here. Pittman and Wellman are going to make contact coming out of 4. So you see O'Danick back there trying to work his way back up through the field as well. 35 laps to go. Looks like a big old freight train up there on the top side of the racetrack. Only one car down on the bottom right now. That was Scott Smith and the number 53 trying to make up some ground. Scott Smith last pit on lap 67. Tanner Marr has a good run here on Brian Zimmerman going into 3 and 4. Tried to take a peek for the race lead. Pittman kind of pinched off the number 21 right there as he was looking to the inside of the 42 of Wildman Wellman there going into 1 and 2. Oh, contact, and we're going to be under caution once again here, ladies and gentlemen. They were racing real hard, real tight, real close. Let's see what happened here. It looks like a little bit of a check up there. Maybe the 21 and the 14 making contact. Yeah, 21 and the 14 make contact. I'm going to see if I can't get a better replay of this. Yeah, it looks like 21 just got a good run on the 14. Just might have misjudged that one. Few cars involved right there. Lap 95 of 125. So there's only a couple drivers on pit road. Looks like Scott Smith, Mitchell Muma. Brian Zimmerman, your race leader. Tanner Marr in second. Tanner Marr up 11 spots since the drop of the green flag tonight. All right, getting ready to go back green flag racing. Brian Zimmerman, Tanner Marr going to lead them down. Green flag back out in the air. Coming to take lap 99, 27 laps to go. Zimmerman able to clear Tanner Marr, going down in 1 and 2. Side-by-side battle back here. That's Derek Stanley to the inside of the number 42 of Wellman. See Daniel Sweck back there trying to make up some ground on the bottom side of the racetrack. Everybody got pretty much single filed out right here. We got 25 more laps to go. And Brian Zimmerman, your race leader, starting to pull out a little bit. He's got a 2/10 gap right now over the number 4 car, Tanner Marr. As you see Tanner kind of enter a little bit lower there in 1 and 2 this go around. Jeremy Root, the last time by, set the fastest lap of the race is 17.14. So Root making up ground back there. He's already up to 8th. Remember, he last pit on lap 86. He makes a move to the inside there in 3 and 4. Still taking a look at the race lead right now. It's Brian Zimmerman and Tanner Marr. And Kyle Wellman runs 3rd. Caution flag on the speedway. We got 22 laps to go. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, Frank Barbary and Scott Smith make contact there. Doesn't look like too much of anything. Let's go back here and take a look at this. Oh, that's the... What in the world? The 51, I think that is. No, I'm not sure who that was. That is the 51 of Chris Sawyer. He goes down into the corner, tries to slide job 2 cars, then tries to come down and block the 39 of Korn. Now remember, these guys, this league, they have a call your own caution rule, so I'm wondering who's going to be taking fault on that one, or if the admins are going to have to take a peek at that one after the race. Still got 18 laps to go here at Irwindale. Brian Zimmerman, Tanner Marr, Kyle Wellman, Christian Pittman, Derek Stanley, your top 5. Alex Harris, Caleb Thompson, Jeremy Root, Mark Stewart, and Larry Bell, your top 10. Getting ready to go back under green here, ladies and gentlemen. Going to be 16 laps to go. Green flag back out in the air. Going to be side by side back there. Oh, we're going to be back under caution pretty quickly here. Had something go on in the back. I think it was Jason Korn. Let's go back and see what happened. Just a little bit of contact there between O'Danick and Korn goes around, collects. Looks like David Sweat. Be back under caution here once again, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's almost the deadline to turn in this ad, and I still don't know what to do. I better think fast, because this ad is very last minute. What's not last minute, though, is the months of pre-planned content from Nexev Media. But how does that even convey to everyone that means daily video content, which leads to people joining in our active Discord community? Not to mention our stream team that goes live daily with our multiple members. You gotta put something relatable in the ad too. Like your dog. People like dogs. People should visit the nexev.com if they like dogs. With so much plans, I don't even know how to describe it to people. What would I even do for an ad?
I got it!
We're back live here on True Sim Productions. Brian Zimmerman, still your race leader here. Lights are going to go off on the pace car. Looks like Jason Korn, maybe that's Frank Barber, going to get their wave around here. I believe it's going to be a single file restart. And it is. When we come back to the green, it's going to be 10 laps to go. Can Brian Zimmerman take another win? He won last night in the Super Late Model Series. Let's see what he can do here. Can he hold off that number 4, Tanner Marr? Tanner Marr seemed fast. Green flag back out in the air. Tanner's going to try and gain some momentum there up on the top side. He's got Pittman right behind him. Gets a good run through the center of the corner there. Wellman tries to hold on to 4th back there, trying to hold off Alex Harris. So we got 9 laps to go. Christian Pittman last pit on lap 42, so he has better tires than the 2 guys in front of him, but did he burn them off trying to get up to the field? Brian Zimmerman actually ran the fastest lap of the race the last time by a 17.11. Tanner Marr was a little bit quicker than that number 28 that time by. 7 more times around here at Irwindale. See Pittman going to the bottom side, trying to make something happen on Tanner Marr. But Tanner Marr able to hold that momentum up on the outside groove, trying to run down Brian Zimmerman here. 5 laps to go. Gap shrinks to Zimmerman. 4 more times around. Three laps to go for Brian Zimmerman. Tanner Marr is there. He can make something happen. Gets a good run coming out of turn number 2 right there, down the back straightaway. It's going to be popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go for the 28 of Brian Zimmerman. Back down into 1 and 2. Pittman all over the back bumper of Tanner Marr. Tanner Marr had a good run through the center of 1 and 2 right there, down the back straightaway. Going to be white flag in the air for Brian Zimmerman here at Irwindale. Tanner Marr lost a lot of momentum there, trying to block Pittman right now. Who's going to go for it? Who's going to go to the bottom? Pittman goes to the bottom. Trying to make something happen, trying to slide up in front of Tanner Marr. He's not going to do it. They're almost 3 wide back here, but Brian Zimmerman is going to come home the race winner here tonight at Irwindale. Great run there at the end, Zimmy. Great run. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and bring up our 3rd place finisher, and that is Christian Pittman in the number 14. And Christian, pretty good race there at the end. It looked like you tried it a couple of times, go down to the bottom side of the racetrack and get around Tanner Marr, but just couldn't keep up the momentum. What was the goal there?
The goal was hopefully to throw a slide and get by him and hopefully throw a slide on Zimmerman, but I mean, you just could not pass. I mean, it was really a race of hoping you were going to start on the outside of two lane restarts and just hoping you could slowly pick them off. I mean, we had to start from the pits because of an incident last week. I met with the appeals panel. They didn't want to agree with me, but started in the pits, and it was just really it's just everybody knows this track. It's such a track position race, so we pitted early, and I'm very happy with 3rd, but I was just hoping one of those sliders would stick enough that I would at least be door with him into 1, because you could drive 1 a lot harder than you could drive 3 or 4. But I mean, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finish for the team, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, you guys put on a great show out there, especially there at the end. I thought you might have had something there when you first made the move on Tanner, but you brought it home in 3rd place tonight. Great points finish for the number 14. Who you got a shout out tonight?
I got to thank my grandparents as always, my dad, my buddies at work that watch the races each week, 5 Kings Motorsports, MF Racing Designs, JR Designs, McConey Setup Shop, The Butt Kicker, Crooked Line Racing for everything they do for us, Tanner Marr especially, all he does behind the scenes. You, of course, True Sim Productions for putting on these broadcasts. You guys go subscribe to them. They're a pretty good broadcasting network. And just, of course, you, Sam, for everything you do.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations on 3rd place here tonight, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you.
And that was the driver of the number 14, Christian Pittman, coming home in 3rd place. Let's see if we can't talk to our 2nd place finisher, and that's the driver of the number 4, Tanner Marr. Kind of started near the back of the field tonight, Tanner, but worked your way up, got the track position, got to 2nd, you were running Zimmy down there, but then kind of fell off a little bit. Kind of walk me through those last 10 laps.
Yeah, man, we ended up pitting, I think, like lap 35 or something like that, and we realized then we could make it on fuel if we pit, so we went in and took 2 tires, and ended up being the car that got us the track position, but man, oh man, the track's so hot and slick and greasy. Once you got those rears start to get a little bit of heat in them, start wearing them out, man, oh man, it was slick. So tried to manage that all night, and being behind Zimmy, there'd be times where I felt faster, and other times where I felt like he was faster. Right? It was just really weird the way the tires played out here tonight.
Well, what was the overall plan when you came to go? You guys were pretty much nose to tail from first to third there. I saw Pittman go to the bottom and try and make something happen, but you kind of stayed in line. Were you just kind of content with second, or were you thinking of trying to make a move?
Oh yeah, I was fully content to finish second to Brian Zimmerman. That's what I told him when I got up there. It was like 40 laps to go. I was like, all right, they gotta go through both of us, I guess, to get up here and win it. Because I was content to run second. Now, if it came down to me having a run or something like that, of course we're gonna race it out, right? But I wasn't gonna manufacture something that wasn't there, right? He was faster than I was for most of the time, and I was content to run second.
All right, man. Well, you guys put on a good show there at the end. Good run out of the number 4, coming home in second place tonight. Good points tonight. Who we got to shout out?
As always, got to shout out you up in the booth, True Stem Productions. Started on Rumble too, so that's pretty cool. And then got to thank, of course, the teammates 5 Kings Motorsports. I think we all ran pretty strong tonight. That was here. McConaughey Setup Shop, BAM Racing Videos, USAFirearms.com. I know there's a few others, but we'll let Zimmy hit them. But yep, and congratulations to Zipperhead, Zimmy, for winning it.
All right, Tanner. Well, hey, congrats to you on getting second place tonight. Like I said, good points tonight for you in that number 4 machine, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you, boss.
Driver the number 4, Tanner Marr, coming home in second. Catching up now with our race winner, and that's Brian Zimmerman in the number 28 machine. And Brian, last 10 laps there, it was pretty much nose to tail, 1 through third, or first through third. I saw Pittman kind of try to make a couple of moves. Tanner kind of was content staying on your back bumper. What was going through your head there?
Well, I knew it's just so hard to pass this track. Track position was king. Pitted early, played strategy to try to get out front. Made a few passes when we had some fresh tires to pass a few guys that we need to get in front of before everybody's tires equaled out. And then late in the race there, just holding that outside line, keeping her straight, and trying to save that right rear. I knew that Root had pitted, and he was really, really fast. So honestly, we were trying that last 30, 40 laps. I was just trying to save my right rear, making sure if they got up there, I'd had something for them. Those last 10 to 15, 20 laps, I was running probably 90%, just trying to save the right rear in case I needed it. But with traffic the way it was and so hard to pass, with his fresh tires, he wasn't able to get back up front. Me and Tanner, we had the same laps on the tires. Pittman also, so it was going to be hard for them to get around me. It's just so hard to pass here. It really wasn't so much my driving skill; it was just being in the right track position to get that win.
Well, you managed to pull the right strategy here tonight. You pit early on lap 33. You got that 28 machine out front, and you brought home a win tonight. That's 2 in a row for you. You got the super late model win last night, and you take home the win here tonight. You're on a roll this week, man. What do you think? Maybe Friday we'll see another one?
I'll be out of town Friday. Daughter's got
you letting me down, Jimmy.
I know it. I'll be out of town Friday night, so I can't go for a three-peat this week. I'll have to find something to run tomorrow night. I'm on a hot streak, so we'll find something to run. But, I wish I could run Friday. And I'll be back for the Sunday night race, but I will be gone Friday.
All right, Zimmy. Well, hey, taking home another win here tonight at Irwindale in the Tour Modified, so you got to thank.
I thank those guys over at 5 Kings I'm running with in this league. Appreciate Tanner Marr and those boys. And we'd like to thank Nexev coming on board, Nexev Media. All they do, sponsoring our league for us. We sure do appreciate it. And thank my brother-in-law, Andrew. He's always out there watching. My sister, Samantha, and my nephew, Brody. My wife, Amanda, watching also. So we appreciate all those. And appreciate you, man. Thanks for all the great broadcasts. You always do a great job. Look forward to watching this one over.
All right, Zimmy. Hey, congrats on another win here tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good, buddy. Have a good week.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your race winner, Brian Zimmerman, here tonight at Irwindale. That was 125 laps and a pretty good race down there at the end. Pittman was really trying to make that bottom lane work, but unfortunately, you heard these drivers say it was very, very tough to pass tonight. Other than that, everybody, thank you all for tuning in to True Sim Productions tonight. We're actually off tomorrow night, but we'll be back Thursday for the 48 Bowl Dirt Late Model Series presented by Crooked Line. So make sure you guys check that out on Thursday night. Other than that, everybody, I'm going to get out of here, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.